Too much fun. Pantomime today. So guys, so Andres, I saw you did the you upgraded and got a URL from Wix. Andres,
Yeah, yeah. I use the same domain, so it's like verifying it right now.
why did you use the same domain name?
Because I already like wanted
I
that
think
name
you
to
should.
be
I
honest.
see. You should use another domain name. Use another
Okay.
domain name that also makes sense. What was it? K what?
K2AI.
K. Oh, and you used the number two. Yeah. So I maybe K, and then use the number two or something. I use another one because take advantage that, and then you can have two of them, and then you can even set maybe one different than the other.
Yeah. My thought process is like this is already a business I'm working on anyway, so I just thought I used the same domain.
My thought process is number one, you're doing for this class. Number two, expand it, and
Yeah.
then also you're having Amelie on your group, and
Yeah.
if B, then even I take another domain name. Take advantage of it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
giving it to you. You know what I mean? You don't have to.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I do another one,
Okay.
so they don't have to do it. And then you can even, if you want to, you may not be able with your, because you have to put in a credit card. You may not be able, but even have Amelie do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Have Amelie do it. Think together something clever
Yeah.
that you could even later on you could even sell the domain names. You get it for a year. You can
Yeah.
even
Exactly.
sell. You could sell the name and the whole website, the whole kit and caboodle, and you'll be the consultants. Let them take over.
Yeah.
Professor, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I just have to go do something real quick. Is that okay?
That is okay. Thank you for
Thank
letting
you.
me know. That's so gracious of you and polite. Okay. What other questions? You see my thought process, Andres? Take advantage. We got an academic
Yeah.
partnership.
Yeah.
They're giving us domain names. Good domain names are valuable. Everybody's
Yeah.
kind of like picking it up. What was the extension? Was it com you used, or what did you use?
.ai.
.ai. So they're allowing us to do .ai
Yeah.
they're giving us .ai. I would use .ai.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it really has some. Because for a while, .io was big. You remember? Andres, everybody had
Exactly.
.io, but for a consulting company, they're allowing us to do .ai because not all the extensions they're giving for free. But if they're giving that, yeah, get something
Yeah.
else. See if you can do even a two or something else, or consult in there in the name.
Yeah.
You and Amelie come up with something clever that you can reuse. I don't want it to be yours and then Amelie's kind of like being hang, on the tail end.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
your
Of
no,
course.
but
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just
saying
part
it's
of it.
your new project. I'm allowing you take it. It's just a coincidence that you were doing something that we didn't even meet each other before, right? That's what
Yeah.
my idea was. So let's
Okay.
what I said before is let's make it bigger and better, or not even bigger and better, but more towards our requirements, and you can combine them, and then you could even put your link later on. You can put see our subsidiary or something if you
Yeah.
have that later on. You can have a number
Yeah.
of companies. This is just a tremendous. This is the fun part of the class. This is something that everybody can take with them, and it is so needed. What other type of business would anybody really say, hey, I'm a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior? This is Ella. You're just getting so excited with Ava there. It's just amazing, huh? What can excite you? We should do this more often. If this becomes your entertainment, right? Um, but we're not recording. So this is how I view it. is what other, it's such a monumental turning point, this Gen AI, that it's been created, that when you think about,
That's why I wanted to start this business in the first place.
yeah, but I'm just saying that you're at the tip top, the beginning of it, where you really can make a sense. If you're going to say, I'm going to be in finance, there's nothing there, even in the internet, which was a big to do at the very beginning, before you guys were even born, But that was such a revolution. Besides, the advent of the internet, this is the next one where it's going to make so game changing, for of how people work. So it's not like wait, we may not work, who knows? And everything needs to be revamped. Education needs to be revamped.
Morgan Stanley already said they're going to replace 90% of their manual labor with AI.
They're going to replace what?
Like 90% of like all their data and tracks and all that with AI.
Mm-hmm. And so many of the things, you need to be able to work with it. You can't work with it. It's not going to be. But in the other sense, it really can save you so much time, and you don't have to do a lot of the boring tasks. Think about also drug development. So many things that can happen. So many good things can happen. Even, when the vaccines came out, how quickly, that vaccine came out was because of AI. Vaccines used to take like 15, 20 years to do a vaccine. This came out less than a year.
AI is already better at diagnosing diseases than doctors.
Yeah, well, in terms of it together. Okay, so welcome, folks. We're getting online. We're always a little bit, till we move in, we're a little bit late on it, but it's fine. So, Emily, we don't see you quite. The only problem with those beds and pillows is I'd be sleeping if I were you. You'd have to wake me up. I'd be going, snoring a little bit. So put your sit up and put your, let's see all your faces, Logan as well. And Ava's busy messing around. Okay, Ava, hi. I bet you're in the same place. Is this like, we're going to guess where you are? Who are you sitting next to? Is that it? Okay, welcome, folks. Everybody's having a good time here. It's because we're having great projects. I looked at the beginning, at least we're starting with your projects, and let's get started. So, what do I have? There were some issues with, let me just start recording. Let me go record to the cloud, right? I want to live on YouTube. Go to my account. I'm in Zoom, so I have to choose my channel. I chose my channel. I'm going live. I'm within Zoom, so I'm going the API application program interface that's preparing to live stream the meeting. It's setting up my meeting for YouTube Live. The beauty here is I don't have to miss Zoom. Okay, so we have this of the live. I'm good. I'm going to copy the URL of the live, put it in my notes. That we have. Okay. So we have the live. It looks good. And now let me go to my regular chapters. There. Okay. So I got it. The content of this meeting is being a third party. We have that going. I have my transcripts going. Everything's going well. Okay, welcome. I'm so glad that you can join me this evening, pre-Halloween. Too bad it's not Halloween. I could have dressed up in a great outfit. But so what I want to do is go over administrative issues and then go through our project that I'm so excited about and that you can really use it as well. And you can teach me and we can teach each other. Let's do a couple of things. Today is October 30th. So, just so everybody knows, is November 18th. Everybody had that on their calendar? What's November 18th? Amelia, what's November 18th?
Oh, second exam?
Second exam, right. So what is the chapters of the second exam? Second exam is going to be TG3, which is cloud computing, chapter 14, which is artificial intelligence. We'll do chapter 10 and chapter 12, and that will be those 4 chapters. I will include chapters 4 and 5. Let me share my screen here. I'll also include, you can write this down. Exam 2 is going to be November 18th, Monday, in the lab, same format, same everything that we did before. Chapters 4 and 5, which we went over before. Why I'm going over 4 and 5 again, it's essential chapters. 5 deals with what? Database. When I think about machine learning, I think about AI, what are we talking about? Is data. So we really need to know those concepts of data. And those of you that have questions about it, I'll review it. Chapter 4 is security. Why is security important? If I think about anything now with AI, what are people afraid of? Do I trust it? What are people going to do with my data? If I'm going to train it on my own company data, who's going to get access to that company data? What am I afraid of too is the idea of just people imitating me. They can now imitate my voice. They can imitate my essence, right? And I have to worry about that. TG3 is cloud computing. Of course, most of this, unless we're doing what we call local host, is in the cloud, so we need to know about that. We need to know about, should we go, what version of the cloud should we use? We have to worry about our own security there. Chapter 14 is AI. I've given you a number of articles on that. And then we'll do 10 and 12, which basically talks about areas of enterprise resource planning and applications. So that will be the exam. I don't want to do a final exam because I want you to work on your project. I think that is much more important for your well-being. Okay? So let's go to, let me make this, expand this. Let's see what there is here. Just so you know, there were some people having some issues with the Wiley adaptive. Oh, by the way, I've made available to you, let me just take this off. But I made available chapters 4 and 5 for you to study again for the second exam. We'll do Tech Guide 3, the cloud computing, artificial intelligence. Chapter 10 will be information systems within the organization, and 12 is business analytics, which is essential. So that's going to be our second. Let's go to our, what I like to do is our what's due section, just to make sure we know. So today is Wednesday, October 30th. Before class, I asked you to do the artificial intelligence, Wiley adaptive. There are a couple of people that reached out to me that I think it may have been on the server end of Wiley. Again, it's cloud-based. I do not have access and control. I do not have control of their server. So that's one of the problems with cloud-based is sometimes when their server has having issues or overtaxed, it reflects on my problems to address it. So I have extended the only the adaptive assignment. I've made the due date for Monday just because people were having some problems gaining access. But try using Chrome, clear your cookies, and see what that is. I've extended that because some people were having some issues. The Wiley quiz is due today on artificial intelligence, and then I gave you additional readings. We went over it last time a bit. One is to look at Notebook LM, not only for the audio that does podcasts, but you may even want to use, it's free, you may also want to look at Notebook LM, how you can do quizzes, how you can basically organize your data. You may even want to do, those of you that are doing education may want to use Notebook LM and take, for instance, let's say the AI chapter and the readings, and even have it create multiple choice quiz guides for you. It's kind of interesting. You can, I always think about reusability. You can use it for your project and you can use it to study for the exam. We talked about at the end, when you finish with your site, what I want everybody to do is do a podcast, have AI produce a podcast on your, about your website. It'd be interesting to see what that comes up to be. Also, this article on generative AI gives in-depth what is generative AI, and then what is artificial intelligence, the history of it, and the differences here between machine learning, deep learning, the differences between what is supervised versus reinforcement versus semi-supervised and unsupervised. And we'll cover that as well. So this was due today. And what I asked you to do as well on your final project, part 2, was a way to think about, let's get started. And many times I like to get started. I'm using Wix here, not because I think Wix is the best development platform. I have no fiduciary interest in Wix, but I have an academic partnership that I think we can be more professional by getting, they're allowing us to get their business plan. You need to put in your credit card, but make sure it says 0, and then at the end of the semester, I'll make sure that we'll be sure that they will not do automatic renewal, that after a year, it will not charge your credit card. So this is important to do, but we can have a full domain name and use extra features they have. So this is for today. I'll go over some of your websites that you did. I'll give feedback, and the feedback that I give you today will be, of course, generic for everyone. Okay? And your final presentation will be the Monday after you come back from Thanksgiving. You'll be doing about a 8-minute presentation to me, and since every week I'll be seeing your progress on your 8-minute presentation, I will cut it short and have you present things that I haven't seen before. After I give you feedback on that last class time, then you can make the corrections to your project and then submit all your materials before the final exam date is due. We will not have a formal, everybody hear me? We will not have a formal exam, but rather you'll be working on your project up to the time of the formal exam. If you finish early, that's fine too. Once you submit, that's good. Okay, so this was for October 30th. I didn't have anybody in the chat. Who wants to moderate in this case? Gabriella, do you want to moderate? Do you mind moderating the chat? And
Okay, I can do it.
okay, great. And Gabrielle, we'll have the two Gabs together. Do you mind? Okay, so my two, do you go by, do any of you, either of you go by Gabby or no? No, okay.
Yeah.
You do? Okay, so Gabby and Gabrielle. Okay, so Gabby and Gabrielle, if you can moderate the chat and let me know if there's something that especially, or I always allow you to unmic yourself, but if not, you can put that in. Okay, that's October 30th. Any questions on the assignment due for today? The other assignment is for next Wednesday, a week from today, but really we'll be going through as we go, will be part 3, which is really making sure everybody then will upgrade to the business plan plus get a domain name, a formal domain name, and think about your domain name. I like the extension .ai for our project, but I'm not going to micromanage that. Think about a domain name that basically reflects what you're going to do. Also think about the domain name as a marketing process that I've had in the past. People have sold their domain name. You have it registered to you for a year. And the advantage is I've had other people that their website and their domain name they've sold. I had one, they sold their domain name for $17,000 from a company that was going to go into something similar, and then also got shares in the company. I don't know how well the shares did, but $17,000 is not bad, I say. I had another student that was a long time ago. He sold it for a lot more, but those were the days. So anyways, so this is what we need to do. Part 3, I'll go over it. You'll read chapter 10, which is information systems within an organization, and the adaptive assignment and the Wiley. And the following Wednesday, you can think about it, we'll have then, what did I say, what chapter number was that? That's chapter 12. Okay, questions, anything I need to know that. So let's go to the assignment instructions. And under the assignment instructions, the first one was to create the Wix website. Part 3 is to upgrade Wix. And let me just, the upgrade Wix using provided code. Everybody got that code that the Wix representative gave us for this, for just my classes, since I'm an academic partner with them. And make sure you invite all your team members to the project after upgrading, and it's required now for collaboration. That's the problem. It used to be you could collaborate with a number of people, 5 collaborators with the free version. Now it's only 1 more. And let me just show you some things that I want you to do, and then I'll look at examples to give you more. But basically is upgrade, invite teams, and this is the key here. Let me make a couple of points here. You are basically Gen AI consultants in a certain sector, whether it's education, finance, general business, small business, wealth management, real estate, whatever that is, you are providing services with that Gen AI, helping your potential clients do what? Be more efficient, get closer to their customer, reduce their costs, be better in handling their clients. So the beauty here, many times people produce for instance, pictures, logos generated by AI, but they don't even give it credit. I want you, when you're generating your logo or generating your any pictures, put a little portion there. I wouldn't call it, Daniel called it a disclaimer. I wouldn't even call it a disclaimer, but rather a footnote, what it's generated by. What program is it generated by? Why do I say this? You then, your potential customers say, hey, I'd like, first of all, you're giving me some information. So let's say generated by Dolly or something like that. And also, hey, I'd like you to generate my logo or help me generate my logo. So this is a case where I want you, anything that you've generated, it's nice to give credit, but also it gives you kind of authority and some agency there that you know what you're talking about. Then I'd like you to do an AI tool page, basically talking about these are for today in November 2024, these are apps that we think, our firm thinks could help you. And that's just a sample. So what I'm thinking about is like each person, or you could even work in teams, demonstrate these apps, demonstrate not only how these apps work, but how they could use it. How could a realtor use it? How could an investor use it? How could a marketing manager use this? How could a student use this? Whoever is your target audience, show a demo how each tool is useful for your project. I suggest that you make your videos short. Why do I do that? First of all, nobody wants to listen to many minutes of a video. So here it says less than 5 minutes. I'd even cut that down even shorter. You could even do parts. Why else do I like the short videos? Is that one of the things that I'm asking you to do is set up some social media accounts that you can also show on social media, so you could reuse or modify some of these videos for your social media accounts. So at this point, if someone had not used the tool before watching your video, they should be able to understand how to use it after watching, but not only how to use it, but how can it help them in their business. That really should be key. So this is should be key here. Add a contact section with basically you can have an email address, you can have an address, you can make up an address here, University of Miami address, something like that if you don't want to have other addresses. Your social media accounts, then you can, I'm not going to micromanage your groups. You know your groups better than I do, so you can assign certain people in your group to do your social media accounts. I say do at least 3. You can decide which social media accounts you want. You can do Instagram, you can do X, you can do TikTok, you can do LinkedIn, you can do YouTube. You decide. And it should be, you should follow each other in your social media, and it should be ongoing. Within this month, you should keep on updating your social media accounts. After you've done this and you've upgraded and you get your own domain name, I think you should get .ai, which I think would be awesome if they allow you to get it, is then you could go to the back end to the site and mobile app where they have SEO. I'll go over that with you in one of my lectures. Is SEO is search engine optimization. Instead of paid searches, we can do organic searches. So that's built in to Wix, and especially when you upgrade to a formal URL, not advertising Wix, you're advertising yours, you can then basically get seen more on Google, and this gives you also more skills. So you complete that, and it's basically pretty easy. You just answer some questions, and it will then try to scroll and crawl through the internet and see. So this is doing each week. We will be doing it. After we do part 3, what else needs to be done? Those of you that are succeeding a bit in advance, what I'd like you to do is a Zoom conference. What's nice about Wix is Wix then allows you to create Zoom conference. There's a caveat here. You have to use your personal Zoom account, meaning go to Zoom and create a free account. Do not use the use account. Why? Because you do not have authority to the U. Remember, there's a number of features that I would like to use in Zoom Enterprise version that the administration has blocked me out, blocked everybody out, saying that they're not allowed to use. So you need to have authority in order for Zoom to have that API to connect to that. You will need authority, so you'll need that. And you can look that up, and I'll give you a little video on how to make that Zoom connection. Okay, what else do I want? Make sure you give free consultations rather than saying, hey, I'm charging $200 or $500. What I'd say is nobody knows you from the hole in the wall. So what's the key here with all this AI, and what businesses are really afraid of is trust. Are they going to take my data? What are they going to use with my data? I don't want my data to be shared with other people. I'm concerned whether they are going to hack me. So here's the case for trusting. So AI basically is lacking of trust when people are wary of this. So definitely in your company, people are wary as well. So what I say is let's all give it free in the beginning. Then when they can verify and see that you know something that's valuable to them, then later on, if you can save them money or basically bring in new revenues, of course, people will think that your service is valuable. Even if it's free, if you're not giving valuable advice, people don't want, and people's time is worth money too. They don't want to bother. Questions? So Gabby and Gabrielle, do I have anything in the chat that I need to address?
No, nothing.
Good. Do you have any question? So let's see it. The way I love to look at this project is seeing is the best part. So what I'd like to do, everybody know what's due for next week in terms of readings. That we know on the 18th we'll have an exam. I'll do a review of the exam. I'll give you a review sheet. And you know, with all this AI, even with Notebook AI or with ChatGPT or others, you can have them help you and create new questions and help you summarize and ask you, and give them the articles, have even on podcasts, give me set Notebook LM, put in all the articles to read and now summarize and give me an overview of what's happening. What's the difference between supervised learning, deep learning, unsupervised learning, all of those concepts. Okay, so let us, everyone now, let's go to the audit section. I think this is my audit section, right? So I have, is this it? I have the final groups. I have Daniel's here that he did for last semester. And then I have group 0A that basically their domain, he's using the same, Anders is using the same domain that he did for another project, and I asked them, let's take advantage of it and let's use another domain. And then group 1 is Ava, Allie, Logan, and Parker. Can I look at that? Yes, no? Let's look at it and see what we got. Okay, study smart. Okay. So I'm going to, what I give their critiques, this is going to be for everyone, okay? First of all, I'm glad that they study smart AI. So this would be, when you upgrade, something like this would be a great, if you could get it, right, domain name, right? What I'd like to see, our mission is to empower students to achieve their academic goals through innovative AI-driven solutions. We aim to enhance learning experiences by providing personalized study tools, insights, and research adaptive. By leveraging technology, we strive to make studying more effective and engaging. Okay. A lot of words there. It's not bad. What I would look, and I'm looking for everyone, you see where it says my site, I would put a moniker right up here. Everybody listening to me? I'd put a moniker right up here of a few words talking about it. AI study tools for students. And I would say maybe university students or higher ed or something like that, because who you are catering to rather than just students. Okay? Join us today, explore. I like this. Where was this created? Study Smart AI.
That's our logo.
Was this produced by Wix?
No, I added it. It's on like the bottom of every page.
Beautiful. I love it. So you know what? I've even put this, work smart, not harder. I put it up here. What do you think? I put it up here so people see it right away, and I see your logo right there rather than coming down. And works. I like that. About, okay, our story. At Study, we believe that every student has the potential. That our mission empowers. We provide. Did the AI produce this?
Yeah. Well, I edited it a little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I'd edit it some more, you know. Academically, I would put it kind of, it does sound a little AI-ish. Do you know, who am I talking to now? Who's speaking?
Parker.
Okay, Parker. You agree with me?
Yeah, it definitely does sound AI.
It does, you know what I mean? Which not bad, but I would put it, take this as great as the first part, Parker, but I would then say, okay, what do we talk together as a group, or maybe even ask it to what I like is the first draft of AI is never good enough. And then even go back to the AI again, even take this, even this is from Wix, you can put it in ChatGPT or Gemini or something else, and try to make it smoother and try to make it like, who am I looking for? I'm looking for students that have basically, we're all overwhelmed, you know what I mean? And we need to find ways, and we all want to do other things than just study all the time or whatever it is, and make it kind of almost bullet points or something like that. What does this learn more then? Does this work?
No, I think that was just part of the.
Okay, so then we're gonna get. So this, instead of in the bottom of the page, I put them on the top. Till we get this. Okay, our services, what we offer. At Study Smart, we offer a range of innovative services designed to enhance your learning. I'd make that shorter too. What do we offer? You know what I mean? A lot of times you don't want to read all these things. Personalized study tools, smarter. All of this is a great start. Collaborative, discover more. These don't work, right? And then what about my team? Okay, our team, we are a passionate group of sophomores. Are you all sophomores? Yeah? Dedicated, transparent. Okay. With diverse management, we're united to share a mission, empower students, and okay, that's not bad. Our commitment to personalize is effective tools, okay? Join us as we're, okay. Here at this point, then Parker, then I'd like to have a little blurb or have a link to something about you guys. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And what you are. It's great. Ava and then Logan and Allie. So everybody understand they got the team. It's great. They got great pictures there. You know, but then what are you doing for the company? And how are you going to make it? Okay, and then this needs to be changed. These don't work, right? I can assume.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so you know that these, if these are the ones you want, you can do these. And then we go to the gears of how are we going to kind of like step back and say, hey, how are we going to do it? We're going to be evaluating apps to help you do better, be more efficient, right? And get it done and get the best grades that we can and make it efficient and so forth. And then highlight, these are the apps that we're going to highlight. But great beginning. And then upgrade. Everybody see what I like? So everybody's team, let me just write it down. First of all, they did a great job that they got it done. But basically, everybody have like a moniker up front, up top, what you're doing, and then talk about the whole idea is what is providing what apps, and how is it going to help you? How is it going to help? And then focus, and basically you can say these are, let's say there's 4 of you, these are 4 apps, or you can even take one app, Parker, for instance, that Notebook LM, and show different ways to use it. Do you understand? That you can create, basically you can, I give you permission even to use it for this class. Might as well. We have a class on the 18th that's showing how you could basically use it for a class, Notebook LM. And then you could show different ways, and you could maybe work together. 2 of you can work on that, or even 3 or 4 of you can work on it, showing different scenarios. And then show, let's say, 4 different apps in a way, or even a few of those apps in depth. And you can give, what I like is like a 2-minute presentation, or you decide what's the best way to present it or show how it's done. Or even you can show, hey, this is what it produced. Notebook, LM. I'm giving you just an example. What do you think, Parker?
Yeah, I like that idea.
You know what I mean? And give it depth. Then you could actually, study smart.ai. Find something, you'll have to find something that's available. But then you could even you could use it, sell it, or whatever, And you say, these are some that we're going to look at, and then you can even list, you could go into detail on some, and these are others that is possibly, of course you could use ChatGPT, you could use Call-In, you can do a number of conversational apps, Meta now. Have you ever used, any of you guys ever used WhatsApp? If you go to your WhatsApp, you kind of have Meta right there. And so many of the other ones have even given you questions, studying with you. Yours is just fabulous. The idea here, I love the whole idea, work smart, not harder. Study smart AI, and saving us time, getting better grades, getting more in depth, whatever we want to say. But that's my beginning. Very good. Everybody understand? So what I'm telling them, everybody should be looking at and improving as well. Excellent. Okay? The next one is group 2. So Damian, I think he's not here today. Noah, Bianca, and Jordan. Let's look at that in a new tab. So this is it. Okay, career aid, transform your career aid. Okay, transfer. Who's this for? So who's here in my group that can tell me? Is anyone in the group here? Noah, Bianca, or Jordan?
Yeah.
Who's here? Noah, or who's speaking now?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Okay. So Noah. So in this case, you want to put a note here. Who's this for, Noah?
I guess people looking for jobs.
Yeah, but what people?
What do you mean, what people? Like
University students, somebody that wants to change their career, some 50-year-old, a 60-year-old, a 40-year-old, somebody that's been working 5 years.
Like pretty generalized, like anyone who's trying to find a job.
Okay, I would change it because it's too generic. So write these down notes. And who else is in your group here today?
I think it might just be me.
It may be. Is Jordan here or Bianca?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's not good. Okay? Damian told me he was not going to be here. He told me in advance. If you're not going to be here, you tell me in advance. Okay, so you're going to need to write that down, Noah. Did you have to say who this is for? I would make it for then university students. So who did this, Noah? Who did this first draft?
We all contributed, but Damien was the one who made the website.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Damien to be the website. Okay, so it's the same idea here. Notice here, no, you weren't that involved because it said dedicated to college students. So you say for anyone right here, you say for college students. Right? So here you want to put on the top here that career for college students. To do what? To find a job, to do what? Enhance their career prospects, right? And on this learn more, does this learn more actually work? You have to know this beforehand, before you got to it, okay? And it's the same thing. Do these work here? So if I go
No,
to...
not yet. It's just like a rough draft.
Okay. So basically what I would do here, I would put the same thing. Are you writing this down?
Yeah.
Okay, no, so basically on these, he's the web designer. You're what? And who is Robert Rose? And Alexa, who are they?
I just don't think they got around to changing.
Yeah, well, you need to get around to it, okay? So in those kind of things then, Noah, right, that you have these need to be, you got to let your people know then that you presented, and Bianca and Jordan need to put their information, so text them now to put them in. And then it's resume builder, job search, interview practice. So if I book now, does it work? It does work. Very nice. It does work now. So what I would do is no availability, right? And it's already a calendar. He did a good job of Damien there. So now you have to put this in. And what we're doing here is there should be a way that if I book it, let's see if I book this. And then let's say I want to book for tomorrow. Let's say at 10:30. And then I go to next. Does it work? You have to check it out. You just can't let anybody put the details, and then you have to see if it's available. And this, of course, has to change. So what I can see is that in this case, no, not just one person has to do it. You have to get with Damien and everyone and ask them then, what should we do? So one of the things that you need to do on your site, it's a good beginning, is what? So what needs to be added? Your team has to be added, right? And then it has to be which apps are you going to be showcasing. And if I look at the menu here, home, if I look at blog, I guess that's not working yet. And then book online and portfolio, I guess that might not be working on portfolio. Job search success, I guess this is by job search success. These are needs to be changed. So you guys need to take apart. Just so you know, is each person, you'll get a general grade for yours, and if you haven't taken an active part, you will not get full credit for your case. So what I suggest is just not one person do it. If Damien just doing it all and everybody else, at least know you put in your picture when the others don't even have their picture. The next step is then to do the apps. So you can give Damien credit that he's done that part. Okay, great. So let's look at group 3. Group 3 is Louisa, Ava, and Nathan. So who's here? Louisa, I've seen you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. So this is yours?
Yeah, but it looks like it's not updated.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. Okay.
Do you think if I change the link right now, it'll update? Because I just saw on my end it looks right.
Okay, it doesn't. But yeah, do it. Make that. Let me look at what I have now and then just change the link then. Who am I speaking to now?
Louisa.
Louisa, good. Change that. So I do the same thing here. You see here, Market Edge Communications, and make colon. Who's it for?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Discover our differences. I would take out this welcome.
Okay.
But actually put discover our difference. I wouldn't make discover our difference. I would make something about AI here.
Okay.
About what you're doing. You see that? Discover our difference. A lot of words. Too small here. Tell me what it
all
is.
Of that looks different.
Yeah, but even if we get it to look good, I basically not discover our difference, but give like a problem what we're going to solve there. Our services, nothing to book. Okay, but we got the start of it. Okay.
Yeah.
About us.
Different. That's where our pictures are with like our names.
Okay, good. And then you know that we'll continue. Okay. Same thing as with everybody else. Here, this is your Market Edge. Same idea, communications. But I would do something here with AI in there.
Okay, and I have a question.
Yeah.
So on the top is our mission, like where it says, I'll take the welcome out, but do I put like our mission as a title before putting the mission, or is it okay like under the title?
Under the title's fine, but I would do something other than discover our difference.
Yeah, I know.
Put the whole thing is, hey, we can help you with it. Are you overwhelmed with Gen AI? Is it like everybody's heard of it, especially in marketing, right? There's nobody in marketing that hasn't heard about Gen AI, and there's probably, when you think about business, they probably use it the most. Even doing, the blogs or people doing social media and things, but kind of find an area in which they need your service. And your services are going to be almost a way in which you'll be in touch with the market. You'll be giving, what they need. Do they need you to actually teach you about the product, hand holding, or is it just recommending? Will be on top of the marketing market as well. What do you think, Louisa? You got the idea, because it's so fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many, in marketing, it's like a no-brainer. I need to put content all the time in. It's going to help me with content, but I'm going to have to know how to do good prompts. Maybe in kind of even teaching people how do you do better prompts. Like I've never been satisfied the first phase of what any of those AIs give me the first time. It sounds like I say, quote, we all can almost feel it sounds too AI-ish, right? Generic, a lot of words, and they don't mean much, but rather they don't have the essence of you guys. And this is how you're going to do it. And then the same thing what I told everyone else, right? It's the same ideas that but we have to put something up there first, right? And that's what AI is so great for. I give everybody that has the URL, I give you credit for. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, let's take it a step further, because you can get this generic, you understand, Anders, it can be this generic AI generated website that is so generic it means nothing. All I can tell you is they, did it. So you want to say, what can I give you? What depth can I give you? But good. Okay. So we got that one. Where's my so in terms of, let me just do another one. Let me just do another course so I can see it. That is good, okay. So I have their website, so I have Laura. And then this is Nicole, Camille, Franco, Sophia, and Matthew. So it's in real estate, right? So I'm going to open the link in the new tab. We'll see what it is. We'll see what it looks like. And of course, we'll get it. Okay. AI Realty Solutions. I put another, same idea. I like this. Who's it for? Same idea here. We got a realty. It's chopped off their heads a little bit. I don't like that. You must have a home completed by next week, which include, okay. We got that kind of thing. Discover. We got pictures. Nothing to look at here. Our mission. Trusted, dedicated consultants in buying. A is your trusted real estate consultant dedicated to providing exceptional service in buying. Is it? Here I would be more into what we're going to do in terms of AI. Their mission, more on AI. You say AI realty, but I don't see anything about AI here. What is testimony? Okay, this is my note here. Everybody listening to me, I don't want testimonials. So whose was that? Whose website was that?
It was ours, but my Wix, so it kept crashing, and I was able to update some stuff, but I don't think it uploaded on the published version.
Okay. Okay, so publish again. Great. Nicole, let me tell you. Why do you think I do not like testimonials, those testimonials?
Because they don't provide the correct information.
Right. I want this to be authentic. Even though they do it in Wix, they give you as part of their website testimony. I want everybody to know these are authentic. These are not going to say anything that is not true, tried and true. So you have no testimonials, right? So take them out, and instead of that, put in what are the possible services we will give you, or what are the apps that we're going to be looking at. Everybody clear with that? You got that, Nathan? So I don't want the testimonial, because I don't want this to be a hallucination. AI hallucinates enough for me. I don't need you to put in hallucinations here. It's going to be real. And then once you're in business for, Nathan, 6 months, and somebody said, God, you guys really gave me something that I didn't know. Then you can say, do you mind giving us a testimonial? But probably what you want instead of that testimonial, write me a good review on, on my social media, right? How they always go back and forth on it. Also, already now for next week, already assign people in your groups social media that you'll start, and already start filling those out. You got it, Nicole? So already start with your groups. You guys know how to do social media, but do it for the projects that are real for those projects. And then once you do those apps, you can do little videos. You can even make it entertaining, TikTok or whatever, but make it entertaining that it will also show that you're professional, right? That not only do you know how to dance, but it's professional, that you can even have some comedy put in there or something like that if somebody can have other skills there that you could show. Okay? This I'm doing generically for everybody. So no, everything is real here. But we got it up and running, which is good, right? So, perfect. Okay. So that was group 4, Nicole. My next one is Alexandra, Isabel, Jason, Ellie, and they've upgraded. OptiWealthAI.com. That's good. I like it. Open in new tab. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, empowering local businesses with AI. Revolution Wealth Management. The only thing here is I'm a little bit confused. Is this wealth management? Do I have to empower local businesses? I would change that. What do you think? Who can respond?
Can we change it to something like consulting?
Yeah, but it would be something with what? You want wealth management. So tell me what you're going to do for what? With wealth management, which part of the wealth management? The wealth management, I have a lot of wealth and I want to manage it for the user, for the, who is it? Is the wealth management provider? Who's this for? And then I wouldn't do that empowering local businesses, right? You're not empowering local business, you're using wealth management. And one of the beauties here is wealth, they don't have to be local, right? That's the beauty of the internet. You can meet them on Zoom. But it's great. I like that. What was it? How did this come about? Was this generated by AI?
One of Alexandria made it.
Okay. If she made it, if it was produced by AI, or maybe produced by this and modified, or something like that, it's great. This I would do, and I would put a little moniker here. What do you guys do? Revolution Wealth Management with AI to do what? That's the only thing. OptiWealth, dedicated improving wealth management operations. So here you're saying the operations. We aim to enhance portfolio management. So it's like for the portfolio. Our goal is to help identify where AI can not only optimize finance, but also replace traditional roles and process. Is that what you want to do? Lead significant costs? Okay. And does read more work or no? You can see. Services. Operation compliance. Who came up with this? I'm a little concerned.
It was the website.
The website created it.
Our website added it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would change it, meaning that you're not going to do this, right? Do you know anything about compliance monitoring or restructuring or portfolio optimization? Maybe, you know what I mean? So I would do on maybe make it things that you understand more. Okay, but it's not bad. Meet our team. Is this all our team? I thought we had 5. No? Who am I speaking to now?
No, it's just 4 of us.
Okay. Who am I speaking?
Just 4 of us.
Who am I speaking? Who's speaking now? Who's speaking now? Who just spoke? Was it Ellie, Alexandra, Isabel? Who was that? Who's speaking?
Ellie was right.
Ellie. Okay, so Ellie, in these things then, exact same thing. Great. Nice pictures, beautiful. You all look fantastic. So what I would do is the same thing as I talk to everybody else. Put in a little description, right, of what you've done, what we do, and then what needs really to be is figuring out who are you going to provide, who are you going to teach about AI to. And then once you figure out what apps are you going to look at, then you can kind of think about this is too up there. You're not going to provide those, and bring it down to, help you with your emails, help you with whatever it is, getting to your customers. I say it's more maybe customer management. And then have an area. These are some of the apps we're looking at now, and then we'll go in detail, and these are some other apps that we'll recommend later on. But great. And then here, this local business. You see that, Ellie, how this sudden, right now when you look at it, You agree with, you can't not agree with me, and then when
Yeah,
you,
I agree with you. I definitely agree
yeah,
with
no,
you.
but it's
I
great.
think that also came with the website, and
I
we didn't
know.
change it.
I know, but that's great. That's good enough in the beginning. That's what, you know what I mean? Get me into perspective, Ellie, too. You understand? It's great with the, what I love about the AI that generates it. It's something for us to start talking about rather than showing me a blank page. That's really sometimes the hardest part, right? And especially in the group situation, what to do. Okay, great. You you see how everybody is, and their AI isn't good enough of creating these, but it creates the right syntax. They're not spelling mistakes and things like that. I also give you credit, Group 5, you've upgraded already to a grade. You could almost sell that. Think about it. And then if you had actual services, right, you could, you didn't even have to take me out to dinner. You could go by yourselves, you know what I mean, have some good times, right? There's plenty of good places to go. Okay, this is good too. Next Gen Marketing Solutions.com. Jose, Maria, Emily, and Gabriela. Okay, open in a new tab. Not bad. You know what? This would be good if you could even see somebody else get it. Is see if you could get .ai. I like the AI in the solution. But nice. Next Gen AI Marketing Solutions. I would put something here exactly the same. Some moniker here. Next Gen. It's good. Next Gen Marketing Solutions. Marketing consultant for whom? Right up here for whom? Who? What was this? This doesn't. This looks AI generated. Am I correct? Did it come with Wix? Huh? Jose, did,
No, it was AI generated.
it's AI generated. By whom? By
I think it was another AI. I don't think.
okay, but anyways, you like it, Jose?
At least, yeah, I think I do. At least for now.
For now, it's all personal. I'm not a big fan of it because I don't know what it shows. You know what I mean? I'd rather show something with marketing with people or something. You know what I mean? Maybe you could even get a dollar or the other ones and whatever generated and tell them more of. I don't think this shows marketing.
Okay.
These are my opinions, right? You guys, this is your own, but I'm just showing you what I think that this is. What do you think, Anders, on this? Just curious.
Looks decent.
It's, but you can get better, but it's good for the first draft. You understand? But
Yeah.
I don't think it shows anything about next gen marketing solutions. You know what I mean? When I think
You could show our website.
what? Yeah.
I put it in temporary.
Okay, good. I will. And then about our mission, empower marketing team by leveraging AI tools, learn more. This is not bad, right? So you know what we need to do, okay? All right, let me just go to, I'm running out of time too, right? Let me just go to yours. Which one is yours? This one? Yes?
Wait, let me just refresh it because I put a new link on it.
Oh, you put in the new link? Okay. So let me, okay, this one, GoDaddy or what?
Yeah, just that.
Okay, and we know what we're going to do. Okay, so let me open a new tab just so we can see it. Okay. Same idea. Stay ahead in an AI-dominated business landscape. Harness AI operations. Cut costs. Boost. Who's this for?
Small businesses.
Small business. So I would put somewhere. Who's this for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe almost like you. Small business is hard to compete with the big guys, but you can be almost like a big guy with us, kind of thing. Also here, our solutions, our team. Yeah, about AI 2, our mission, what we do. I'd shorten some of this. Discover our services, See our solution, book a free consult, but good. Refund, privacy, good. And then our team. Right, so we're going to do this. So for these, meet our team, I would, this one, just put the two of you right now.
Yeah.
Okay? And since it's our team, Amelie, that's a good picture of you. Both of you, but I'm just saying. Right, I like this part. Everybody see this? I like this. And this what it should be. It shouldn't be starting off, I'm a junior, I'm a sophomore majoring in accounting. But rather, forward-thinking entrepreneur, blah, 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 blah. Passionate entrepreneur, co-partner, where she leverages her expertise, blah, blah, blah. Very nice. So I can see already here, and then we need to have those our solutions, AI power management, AI chatbots. This is great. And then from these 6, if you're going to use these 6, then our examples, you can choose some examples in the certain categories of it. You know, that's what I want to see. And that you're already giving me value. And then you can subscribe, you know, then you can do the Zoom, we can meet together, we can do webinars, we can do a number of different things. Join us for our next meet.
That's like the...
Yeah, I know, but it's great. Everybody got the idea here? So, when does class end officially? Anders?
I think in about
like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, so let me just finish everybody because I think it's important. Luis, okay, and Nicole, right? Ellie was great. Next Gen, we got the idea. So Alex, Ella, Emily, Gabriella, Max, okay? So affluence marketing, let's just see it real quick. Open a new tab. Everybody, you know, what anybody does, you know that I'm going to have the same conference. Same idea, affluence marketing. I don't know who it's for. Discover, I guess this is part of the website that they have. I'm not a big fan of that one. Our mission, about what we do. These are pretty good pictures they have, but AI consultant, chat content, Canvas, AI workshops. In this case, we got everybody again. We need descriptions of everybody. We got everybody's name, correct names we don't have. Ella looks a little weird to me there, but that's okay. Now, right? Okay. So I think you got the thing. On services here, I would put services here.
That learn more button does work.
It does? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, AI consultation, ChatGPT. You know what I would do at this point? That Canvas AI, I would put the generic area that you're consulting, and this is an example. Do you understand that, Alexander? And the same thing with ChatGPT. The generic area, this is good AI strategy consultation. I would put kind of an example of maybe how you're going to do AI strategy rather than all these words, what you're going to do. And in these, maybe since you have a larger group, have more, but do it. I'll do in conversational AI. I'll do maybe in marketing or something, and then show example. This is an example of what we're doing. Because this way it looks like all you're doing is ChatGPT and Canva. You're not, that's because you're making yourself already static. You see that, Alexander? What I'm talking about, Alex, is you want to show, hey, we're going to be up on everything. Right now we'll show you an example of Canva. We'll show you an example of ChatGPT, and then you want to say of what version or comparisons of different ones. Maybe ChatGPT versus Claude versus, Gemini or something like that. Or we'll go into, and who is it for?
Also small, medium-sized businesses.
Section. Yeah, but I would put it, elevate your market, but it's for marketeers, no? So I would give kind of like the plan of what a marketeer would use. Because when they say, oh, I know who doesn't know ChatGPT today? You know what I mean? Your grandmother knows ChatGPT, right? But I'm just saying the whole idea is but how can you apply it to make me money or increase my sales or get me close or reduce my time? Got it? So that's what I would change. But great. Everybody, I must admit, I don't want to be like, who's my favorite child, but you guys outdid it for my first class. So I'm just pleased by that. Okay, so Next Gen Realty, I have two more. Next Gen Realty, we'll look at it real quick. Open link in new tab, just to see. Same idea. Right here, open space, I want to see what it does. No idea. I have to go down. I don't want to waste my time going down. Everybody agree? Next Gen, a lot of words there. Meet our team. Kareem, Eli, Daniela, and River. Latest news. This is not right. Okay, what are you going to do for me? Here, instead, I would do, don't give me prices right now. You know what I mean? I would do, because you're not ready for these prices, I would say, what services are you going to give me free? And then later on, we'll talk about, are you doing value, or is any of this AI generated? And gallery, it looks nice. Okay, everybody kind of sees my train of thinking, how I'm going to want it to be part. And here's another one. We got so many of the realty. Good. I have some ideas too. Anybody that want to join me later on of this doing open house using way that want to do with realtors that they sit in open houses and being able to do it. Okay. Same idea. See here? Don't know what this is.
That's not loading property.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Much better. Property Scout AI driven. Great, Ricardo. Good. Explore. Discover your dream. Explore with confidence. I don't like to explore with confidence. Rather, not tell me what how you're gonna help me. Discover your dream property. How? What's my dream? Is it just to discover my dream property, or I'm going to get it faster, or whatever? But it's the idea. Content, meet our team. Ricardo, grade, and Alex. There's just two of you, Ricardo, in your group.
Yeah, just two.
Okay, fine. Add it to your bio. Okay, undergrad. This I don't like, Ricardo. Take out undergrad student. Okay. Nobody cares what you know what I mean. You can say later on your. Why? As soon as I see that, Ricardo, I think less. If I'm looking for your services, you know what I mean? Or I think I'm not going to pay you much. So, you understand? But great.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
All the work.
What? Yeah, right,
work.
yeah. Fantastic. But you got the idea of what we'll do. But everybody has that idea you already had that logo there, but show me, give me ideas here. What happened here? What is going on here? Okay, I want to go to attendance. Is this attendance? Oh, just quickly. Okay, and check-in. Let me just do check-in here. Recording your attendance. Check-in. Okay, start check-in. Okay. Let's see if we get something here. 9452. But I'm impressed, guys. We got a beginning. We got the AI working. We know the state of the art of the AI. Some are better than others, and we keep on having to prompt it and work. But in another 6 months, it's going to get better. But what is the advantage, what you're going to show? And show it. Now you actually show it. Show your end to it beyond that. Stay with me if you have questions. Otherwise, I'm impressed. You can continue doing it on. And we'll do this every week till we get it. My pleasure. And then that's why when you do your final presentation, I'll just say, Ricardo, show me what I haven't seen. And then you'll do a full, when you're recording, you'll record it as if nobody ever heard of you. And you'll do a professional recording. But after a while, I'll see most of the stuff. I don't need, show me what's new there. That's what I'll be having you do for the final presentation, but you'll set up the final presentation that then you can record it, that you can hand it out to other people with your, with your website link and everything else going on. It's fabulous, isn't it? That you can do this. Okay. All right. Who needs to stay with me? Daniel, you should look at our second group. They were fabulous. Everybody did it. A lot of people uploaded it. We gave.
Amazing.
We also gave. Everybody did it, and everybody, got the AI. We have to, of course, Daniel. We have to kind of make the AI make sense. How it has that generic tone, but everybody has something to start off with. Each group. I was impressed, and some already have upgraded their URLs, and they got great URLs. .ai and Amelie and Anders. I told them that they needed to use Wix and they needed to get a new URL and just have Amelie and Anders be their group. Do you understand that they're starting that, and then they should get it better than what he.
Wix?
What?
That site they had wasn't Wix.
There was, but he tried to use the same domain name as he had before, and just link it to Wix. And I said, why bother? Get a new domain name. You're getting a new domain name free, right? Take advantage of it. And Amelie is now part of his group. Take out the other guy from his group, and this is just the two of them in their group, and don't create it, but it's great. Okay, so let me just stop. I don't need this, right? Everybody got it? Nicole, Nathan, and Alexandria, you've logged in, right? You have your I can do end check-in. Yes.
Yeah, I just have a quick
Okay.
question.
Not about the attendance, right? I'm going to end attendance. What is this now? Okay. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to stop my YouTube.
I stopped the
Yeah, I know. Okay, now I can hear everybody. I'm not recording, remember? Need to know. Okay, so Nathan, what's up? What do you need?
So hi Dr. Rush, hi Daniel. So my group is group number 3, and I didn't understand for the Ninja Trader assignment there was some sort of miscommunication where we didn't submit
Okay, why don't you do this? We'll see. You work this out with Daniel on this one. And Nicole, is that the same issue with Ninja Trader?
No, I had emailed you about the extra time accommodation.
Right.
To stay after to talk to.
Oh, just that. Let me know in the very beginning. You'll get extra time. But I'd like you to be with me in the class, because that way I can help you. I don't like to give my exams where you have a question and there's nobody to ask. So,
Okay, and then sorry, I have one more question.
Sure.
I was looking at my the grades, and then on the grade assignments, it says BDI setup assignment 0 out of 1, but I remember submitting that.
okay. Check with Daniel. Check on that one. And Alexandria, what is the issue?
I don't know what's going on with my assignment thing, but remember I talked to you about my assignment 5 through the Wiley assignments, and it wouldn't let me do it, and you gave me the woman to contact, and I did what she said, and it never let me do assignment 5, and then I was having trouble again with 14, and I opened it up at home and did the cookies thing, and it doesn't work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, I don't know either. One is Alexandria, like I said, I extended 14th due date, number 1.
Yeah, I can't do it though. I don't.
Okay, so you want to do this? Maybe Daniel, you want to go in a breakout room with Nicole and Nathan, and I can deal with Alexandria. Do you mind, Daniel?
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
Why don't you go in a break?
Submitted, so yeah, she's done.
Nicole, you're done.
Okay.
He changed
for
it.
the attendance, is that something I should ask you?
Yeah, I'll fix that.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good rest
Perfect. And then if you could go in a breakout with Nathan,
Yes.
and then I'll see what's Alexandria. Yeah, we'll work. That's the problem, Alexandria. This is those, don't get too frustrated, you know what I mean? Because this is, okay, so why don't you, do you want to do breakout, Daniel? And then I'll work with,
I'll assign it.
and assign Nathan to the breakout. That way we can, you know what I mean? We don't talk over each other. Okay,
yeah,
now let me just
so-
do this. Hold on, let me just close this. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't work for my chapter 5, and I just have Safari right now. But I tried on like a different device. I tried on Chrome on my.
Okay,
on
try
my,
Chrome right now. Go to Chrome.
I did it on my. I did it.
I
did
know,
it-
that's all. It's always a bitch. Okay, sorry.
That's me every time. Even with
I
Chrome,
know,
but
I know, and that stupid thing, isn't it? Okay, so
Yeah,
so
and
which browser is this?
This is Safari, but I have Chrome on my.
Okay,
my
close
iPad.
this out first.
I did the same thing. I don't have Chrome on my laptop, but I did it on my iPad. And it
Yeah,
didn't
but don't
work.
do it on your iPad. Download Chrome. That's a problem. Don't use iPad. Download Chrome on your laptop. We'll work it out.
I didn't do like the other one either because it didn't work, and I followed
Okay,
the
you'll
one.
get it. Don't worry, we'll work it out. You won't get penalized. You know what I mean? Because you communicate.
Yeah, I don't.
You know,
but
there
I
are
don't
other
know.
students that don't communicate. You know what I mean? But I know that you're a good student and you're communicating, so there's no issue on that. That's a problem with each time. Did you go to the chat thing? Did you call them? But try. Let's try.
You gave me the. I'm logging in on Chrome right now. You
Okay.
gave me the one woman to contact.
What woman did I give you?
I don't remember. She was like, I guess she was like the wily person for Miami, and she told me what to do, and I couldn't access number 5, but I'm fine with all the other ones. but
Okay,
not
so
this-
we'll work it out. Don't worry about it.
I'm logging into this.
You know, you'll get credit anyways. You know what I mean? Even if you don't. You have the book and you have the text. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? I won't. But I
It's
just.
so frustrating though.
I know. What can I do? You know, that's the problem. That's another problem. You remember when we talk about benefits of cloud when they don't do a good job on the cloud, a company, then you're stuck. You know, if you could download it to your computer, let's say they gave you some quizzes. You know, like the other, if they gave you some quizzes, you could download it to your computer, then there wouldn't be a problem. That's the problem with the cloud. You know, if I give you that question, Alexandria, on what are the disadvantages of the cloud, you can and I want you to use your own experience. You can cite that experience.
You know what? I don't know what happened. Now, maybe I got it to work this time. But I haven't checked my grades.
But this I've extended the exam. I've extended that. So chapter 14 you don't have to worry about.
Okay.
Chapter 14 you don't have to worry about. That's going to be for Monday. I extended it to Monday because other people were having. Isn't that great? See, due November 4th. You see
Okay, I was really worried. Okay, well, you know what? Now I know I won't have problems with it anymore. But
you may have problems again. I have problems all the time. You know what I mean? So you can never say you're not going to have problems, but you're saying we resolved this one for the time being. And then we know, what do we do? One is we take a deep breath, we let out, and then we kind of try to document it and see what it is. It worked for her now.
Thank
Daniel.
you.
Thumbs
have a
up.
nice weekend. I'll see you Monday.
See you Monday, and keep up the good work and attitude, okay?
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Okay. She went to Chrome and it worked. What she tried to do, you may want to tell them, is they try to go to their iPad, and it doesn't work well on iPad.
Yeah, Safari again.
Yeah. So, but anyway, she said that she had Chrome on her iPad, but it doesn't work on iPad well. So I told her download it to open up. She said I don't have Chrome on my laptop, so I said put Chrome on your laptop, and of course it worked. Okay. But it's good that we put it to November 4th, so now she was all upset, well, how am I going to do it? So now you don't have to worry about giving credit, not giving credit. We just do it. So that's it. So it was much better, the second class, just so you know. Everybody, some groups, they just have really one person doing the work, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. And
that was the way it was last time.
Yeah, last time. But, person needs to get it done. Let me get it. If my group doesn't help me, let me just get it done. So I don't care about that. But everybody knows the same ideas, just in case they contact you. The same ideas. Put something on the top. Put, what you're doing, and a lot of verbiage from that AI that is nonsense words, But they got it all. A lot of the pictures are, I told them to redo, it's like a marketing firm, and they give you, the AI generated a circle with blue, and it doesn't mean anything to me,
Absolutely.
But you can tell it's an AI generated.
AI is great at saying a lot with, no substance.
But no, exactly. But it's a start.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And then if you keep on working with it, it gets better and better, and then you have to put your human intelligence into it. But think about it, that in a year or 2 years, it'll start having more intelligence. That's it. And now it's still kind of on the dumb stage or hallucination. What?
The O1 model is getting there.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
It's very good at coding, actually.
Yeah. And for those coders, what you need to be able to do is you'll be able to, at least it's important for you to know the fundamentals, how to compile programs, how to work with programs. But a lot of those certain areas, software engineers now are having a hard time getting jobs. Why? It's that they're in that spot where I don't need a software engineer for a lot of these jobs.
Managers would rather just dictate to AI than to people.
So there's this. That's what I want from all these students of everywhere. So you need to know. You students need to know. I don't know what they're. So what are they doing in Python? Are they doing any AI? Or are they saying you're not allowed to use it? Or what do they do? Are they pretending it doesn't exist? Or what are they doing?
She says it's useful to use it if you don't understand something. She says you're welcome to use it for assignments or anything like that, but when you submit the assignment, it has to be based off the information that we've already covered exclusively. It can't be anything more complex. So a lot of people make the mistake.
Right, because they just take it. Right, or you can see the definition. Okay. No, but you need to...
Well, because we're doing, I would consider it very basic, and just like, do you understand how to use certain functions?
Yeah.
Do you understand the loops, all of that stuff? Right. So, I mean, if people are stuck on that, they'll never even understand what the AI is outputting.
Yeah, right. Or even being able to modify it, or even have some sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Or even know what it is. Okay, fine. All right.
It's not difficult, the class, but I like it. It's fun. And, Wendy's very nice. She's a great professor.
I told you.
Actually, next semester I'm going to have her twice in a row.
Really? Good. No, I like her. I've helped her a lot in terms of now going for her doctorate, and I gave her some advice on some things she's doing.
She speaks very highly of you as well, so it's good.
We have high regards for each other, so that's good. I've always been a big supporter of her.
I'm very glad I did the major, though.
Yeah, no, it's great for you, and I was talking to somebody. He was one of my relatives. He was saying that his son was, he's very good. He's a great programmer, from a young age, and now considering where he's going to go to school and things like that. And he was looking at MIT and Princeton and all these other places. And then he says, well, I'm working anyways for a company. What do I need? Program. I was talking to some of my friends. I know more, or they know more than their professors, blah, blah, blah. And then I said it's up to him, but there's something else you get in school rather than just being a good program. It's a social thing. It's a number of different things.
Amazing people through this.
Yeah, no, but it's a different type of thing. Even if it is, for you that you could learn on your own, there's something too of interaction and getting, and it depends on the person, So it's not okay. Great. All right. So what I think when we had that conversation, I think we got everything else done, right? We know what to do.
Everything should be good. I guess there's the last part of the assignment for next week. I can do that this weekend.
Yeah, of the Zoom. What else do we need to add to that?
It's Zoom actually like the sign up page, the free service, notebook if that works.
Yeah, try it
I have it
out.
all written down.
Yeah, try them out. Some of the things, and you could add it to yours too, which is nice. Add
Oh, and
that
FastSpots.
and Fastbot, and you want to add Fastbot to your.
Yeah, I can put it as extra credit or.
Yeah,
put it
I
as
think we'll
normal
probably
credit.
have to use it as extra credit. I think the way this is, it's kind of like bimodal, but the second class really got into it. You know, I was impressed that you can look at it,
Usually
but
it's the opposite, right?
yeah, but it doesn't matter. Whoever knows what it is, you know, it's by choice. You know what I mean? Who knows what's happening? But anyways, and they'll get it too.
Schedule for next semester.
It should be listed. I think I'm doing. I haven't even looked, but it's probably Monday, Wednesday. It's probably the same time.
Probably.
Probably the same time.
I'm gonna make sure that I can at least do one.
Yeah, do one, and then it works out. You know, if you do one, and then you can come in the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually, it's good to do the. You know what I like is if you can do the first. I bet you I start at the same time. If you could do.
It's the same too.
Okay, so if I could do that, what I like is if you can get the 30-30, I like it because then you can kind of see, oh, just do it for the second one. You know what I mean? Like how I say, oh, update this and just update this or this changed and stuff. I like you if you can, is if you can arrange your schedule.
I will for sure.
Yeah.
There's two classes, Business Tech 400 and Business Tech 417.
Yeah.
The only class offered for 400 is 5:05 to 6:20 Monday, Wednesday.
Okay. So do the
I
three.
did probably something similar to what we have now.
Yeah, doing so the 5. You know what I'm saying? That worked out fine. You know, and then I get. You know what I end up doing? We'll see who works out. We can get some of the other teaching assistants. I think they're.
That'd be great. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we need to work out. And Sebastian already did his. He was ahead. He already did his website, so we reach out. So maybe remind me to ask Sebastian. When do you register?
I register next week.
Okay, so maybe reach out to all our TAs and tell them that we need them if they can when they're registering, if we can have them. Because we really don't need that many TAs, I think. You know what I mean?
I think Spencer's a senior.
Yeah, Spencer's a senior.
So she has one more semester left.
Yeah, but I don't even know in terms.
I don't know.
But she was so busy because she was even working with. I got a note. She was even working with another professor. So they were telling
I know
her.
some people they're doubling it up with TAs. Like that's crazy.
You know, but she was. But I'm just saying. So she didn't have time. So they were cautioning her because she couldn't. You know, she was doing too many hours and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have somebody just dedicated to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But in that case, we can see what people's point here. And worst comes to worst, they can do like help you with the grading and things.
Yeah, and then most of the stuff is done already. I have all the assignments.
Yeah, right. Well,
Like it'll be a lot less hours next than this.
You never know.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying? And we may be going into different areas. What I'd like to do is next semester do something different too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll be looking.
Reach out.
Right. We'll reach out.
Hopefully, I can do a course over Christmas. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll have plenty of time, and then spring my schedule should be good. We'll see.
Okay.
It should be pretty good.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Definitely
So just
the 320.
yeah. Definitely lock me in for that. Okay.
Absolutely.
So we got a date on that. Okay. All right, Daniel. I think we're set, right? I don't think we need anything else, right?
Yeah, no, it's something.
Okay, and if I need something, if you need something from me, and now you see with some of the students, you know what I mean? Now it's enough of this playing around, you know, like the guy he wants credit for, you know.
Oh, I told that guy. There's something I can do.
Yeah, no, and it's nonsense too. You know what I mean? You really should. Okay, all right.
All right.
Okay, talk to you later. Let me just check here in the chat. I don't think I need it. All domains are not available. Okay, all domains are not available through Wix. Okay. You know what would be interesting? We probably can find it. Is what domain name? What are their extensions now? I think they do allow AI because somebody used AI. .ai.
.org works. It
Com
seems
works.
that it's not all not all .com domain work. It's just some like the cheaper ones.
Okay. Okay. And
I
then
think it's based on the price.
probably yeah. And then and .biz works too, which is good.
.biz works.
I like .biz.
Most of the ones that you wouldn't really recognize work.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Take care. Where if you have any issues, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see each other on Monday. The one thing I do is if he doesn't respond, sometimes he doesn't see your email, Jason.
Well, he had just reached out, so I think he'll be anticipating.
Okay,
He
perfect.
was wondering about the Vita chatbot.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I just sent it there yesterday.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So I'll check it out. All right.
Awesome.
Ciao, ciao.